What's going on, everyone? My name is Jeff. Let's talk about Canopy growth. Guys, the shares are now trading under $30, so I'm going to go over their earnings report from this past week. And of course, in the last video I made about Canopy growth, I said I was aiming to buy around the $32 level, and I'm not going to give up on Canopy growth. And I'm also going to cover my new price targets where I plan to buy more stock in Canopy growth. And as most of you probably already know, this last earnings report on the 14th was very disappointing. They had a huge miss on EPS and they missed revenue. Their quarter one GAAP EPS missed by $3.29, and then the revenue of $90.5 million that missed by $21.27 million, and the shares traded down around 7% in after hours trading. Guys, it got a whole lot worse than that. So right here where I got my marker, this is where Canopy growth ended trading on the 14th of August. Now keep in mind too, the markets are also very volatile right now, but the combination of a volatile market and a poor earnings report is what tanked this stock down. And as you can see, Canopy growth right here on the 14th when they reported pretty much dropped straight down, trading itself to the $28 range, even getting as low as $26.50, and has now slightly recovered itself back to $28.11. I do not think the pain is quite over yet, but I still do not want to give up on Canopy growth. And in this video, guys, I'm going to go over my reasons. Is that what a lot of people are really missing here is that the revenue is still growing over 240%. So if you look at this as a long-term investment, every time these stocks do get cheaper, as long as you're not investing too much money into them, it is a great time to buy long term. So you all know what to do. Make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video. I appreciate all the support, and make sure to subscribe to the channel if you have not done so already. So I've got the 1 year chart pulled up on Canopy growth, guys. It is very fair to say this stock got way ahead of itself with excitement. A lot of investors poured in, and now they're being graded on their earnings, right? I did warn about this several times in the past. We're even at the end of 2018, in October of last year, Canopy growth was trading at almost $57 a share, and now to think that over $30 of value have dropped off the stock. And of course, they were not producing anywhere near the level of earnings that they are now. So these stocks could go down much lower than where they currently are trading, okay? On the 29th of April, Canopy growth was still had itself trading over $50 a share, and since that time has seen $24 of value erased, guys, and I think Canopy growth is going to be going lower in the interim. But just a couple of things I do want to talk about. This company still is growing and it's expanding, okay? So we're going to kind of walk through this one step at a time, and I'm going to rationalize why I think this phenomenon of the stock dropping so rapidly is happening. So their net revenue of $90.5 million was still up 250% year over year, but it was down 4% sequentially. The recreational cannabis revenue came in around $50 million. Now, analyst estimates were well over $111 million, so they did miss the mark. They did not produce enough revenue to meet analyst estimates, but I just do really want to focus in on this 250% year over year growth rate and how that is not showing up on the stock page right now. Any company that is growing at that big of a level, I feel is still a good investment. And like I just mentioned a minute ago, this stock, along with Aurora Cannabis and several others, Tilray and Kronos Group, got so far ahead of themselves with the excitement of investing into this MJ space that now reality is starting to set in, okay? Does not mean these companies are worthless. I do think Canopy growth is going to be trading in the $20 level for a while, and I would not be surprised to see this company trading at $20 a share very soon. Their kilogram and kilogram equivalent sold was 10,549. That was up 13%. Now, this is where things get really hairy, okay? So their net loss was a negative 999%, okay? And yes, you are seeing that correctly. It was well over $1.2 billion of net loss this last quarter. Their loss per share was $3.70. That was down 825%. Now, this is primarily due to its scale up in Canada and Europe. So as they're expanding, as they're growing out, they're spending a lot of money. And really and truly, this would be a good time for someone new to invest in this company. I think somewhere between $20 and $25 a share would be a very good place to start an investment. I do think Canopy growth is going lower in the short term though, because this earnings report is being digested very, very badly and very negatively, okay? So it did report a $1.28 billion loss for the quarter, with a $1.2 billion of the hit coming from the extinguishing of warrants held by Constellation Brands after amending the two companies' investor rights agreement. Constellation took a 38% stake in Canopy in October 2018. And of course, October 2018 is when Canopy growth seen its all-time highs of over $59 a share. So keep in mind, this is probably a very valuable lesson learned, is to sell on the news. You know, that is when it came out that Constellation Brands was taking the 38% stake in Canopy growth. This stock has hit its all-time highs and has never even really legitimately got close since then, okay? If you were buying this stock back at those levels and you were cost averaging down, good luck. I would rather be taking a stake in the $30 range and again at the $20 range, and hoping at some point this company does get their act together on an earnings report. Canopy is expected to bolster its margins in coming quarters as processing and cultivation of its product reaches planned capacity. And that is what CEO Mark Zekulin said in the earnings report. Then I also do want to bring this out, most of you are probably aware of this, is that CEO Bruce Linton was ousted by Canopy's board on July 3rd. The announcement led shares to slide more than 6%. Constellation Brand CEO Bill Newlands said the company needed focus and a different leader for its next phase of growth. That's why they replaced Bruce Linton. So GMP Securities has trimmed its fair value target for Canopy growth. Analyst Ryan McDonald reduced the target to C45, which still implies a 24% upside from C65, and that was a lackluster performance in the recreational market that indicates the company has lost its leading position. It has also created a reserve of $6.4 million for the return of oil and gel caps due to oversupply. Now, I think they might be losing some ground to Aurora Cannabis, which I've always said all along is the much better investment. And he did go on to mention that he remains positive on the company and is well positioned for Cannabis 2.0, which will feature new formats like edibles. So in my opinion, the first MJ stock I own, the one I invest in the most, is Aurora Cannabis. It is also seeing the shares tumble quite a bit too, and Canopy growth would be my second largest investment in this space. Now in my last video, I talked about investing more money into Canopy growth and cost averaging down at the $32 level. But now that shares are trading under $30, my next price target to buy in more stock of Canopy growth is going to be at $25. Now keep in mind, guys, I want to be very, very clear about this. If you are investing 100% of your money or your portfolio into MJ stocks, marijuana stocks, you are doing the stock market all wrong, okay? Make sure you are well diversified in tech, retail, pharmaceuticals. Make sure you are very well spread out and very well diversified in all of the different sectors of the stock market. I would prefer you to have roughly 3 to 5% of your money invested in this specific sector. Reason being, there is a lot of growth, but now we are taking a lot of losses as well, and these companies are being graded on their earnings, and the excitement of investing into these companies is starting to wear off. Canopy growth is down over 35% in 3 months, and I think this trend will continue for a period of time. So the next place that I will be looking to buy more stock in Canopy growth will be around $25 a share. But anyways, guys, that's all I got for the video. Make sure to go down in the comment section, share your thoughts and opinions. Are you still going to be investing in Canopy growth, or do you plan to sell and take a loss and move on? Share your thoughts and comments with me. I always appreciate that. Thank you as always for watching the video, and have an awesome day.